Hello, SOBs. It's 2 p.m. Pacific on a Sunday. I got the black and gold behind me, so you know that you have tuned into Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown. I am your storyteller, Jared Logan. We have a great cast here to play some Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. And today we have something very special planned. I can't wait to get into it with our players. But first, I have to pop open my personal Vitae LaCroix carbonated, slightly flavored fruit drinks. That's mango. My hunger rating just went down. Who's ready to get into it? Who is ready to find out what awaits our players today? Will they eat more slime? I saw someone in the chat just a second ago going like, who's ready to eat slime? It was unbelievable when Abu did that last week. But I have to say, who hasn't played in a game with a player whose character has decided to eat something that's probably deadly and or has some sort of mutative properties? I mean, I think we've all experienced that in a Dungeons and Dragons game at some point or another. I know someone in our chat on Discord was saying that they had played in games where I think it was a Delta Green game where one of the government agents just found like a glowing isotope on the ground and was like, what's this? So, I mean, that's the part of the fun of these games, is that we can take these crazy risks, these nuts, make these nuts decisions and see what falls out from them. And I love players that do that. Unfortunately, Abu cannot be with us today, Abu Salim, who portrays Lucius, because he is on a plane flying to South Africa to film a project. And I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to tell you what the project is, so I'll leave it at that. But just know that Abu, as you assume, is an international man of mystery, and that, like many of our players, he is a busy man. So we'll have him back very soon. But today we have a very special session planned with the two players who we do have here, and I'm going to bring them in right now. This guy is such a talented man. I mean, he brings such humanity and monstrosity to the very conflicted, very broken Curtis Krieger. Please welcome my favorite role player of all time, Mr. Ross Bryant, everybody. Hello.
Oh, hey, Jared. Wow, what a kind introduction.
That's me. I'm a kind man.
Favorite GM all time, 5-star.
Yeah.
It's truly. I'm continuing to make my way through this great black magic stories. You've once again rudely interrupted me.
Sorry. I know that always happens.
It always seems to happen.
Your reading time is scheduled during our game time, though.
Really, this sounds like more of a me problem. Maybe I should get my reading schedule figured out. But I thought you and perhaps some of our viewers might be interested that one of those stories in this is called, if you have seen the Neptune Society games, of which we've been a part, The Ensouled Violin. But more interesting even is that the author of that particular tale is Madame Helena Blavatsky, the founder of Theosophy.
It's funny how like these sort of metaphysics teachers, these sort of occult leaders who started their own sort of faiths or religions, also often happen to be involved in the writing of fantasy and science fiction.
Yeah, there's a fine line between fantasy and speculative fiction and founding your own questionable faith. Yes.
Who's your favorite fantasy writer? Mine is Luke from the Book of Luke.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the J author, and also L. Ron Hubbard.
He's great. Battlefield Earth, my all-time favorite film.
Oh yeah, to LRH, hip hip hooray!
Get the gold. All right, let's bring in my other all-time favorite role player. She is a fantastic actress that you can see on Apple TV Plus on Mythic Quest. You've also heard her voice in a dozen very popular and excellent video games. She's playing Jen Brown, who has gone on a journey from being sort of a terrified, a woman out of her depth to a leader, to a fallen leader, and where will this character go next? Where has this character been before? Perhaps we'll find out tonight. But right now, I want to bring in our favorite, Ashley Burch. Everybody,
Hello.
howdy do. How's it going?
Howdy do.
Hey,
How's it going, everybody?
good.
Life is good. Life is good.
You have my favorite LaCroix flavor. We share that
Oh,
favorite
Yeah,
flavor.
You know, everybody
mango is the top.
No, yeah.
everybody
It's
goes
pink.
on and on about pamplemousse. I like pamplemousse, but not every day. I like mango for my everyday, my go-to.
Oh, yeah. It's the apex.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
LaCroix.
Oh man, and if you can find a store that gets hibiscus, treat.
Hibiscus.
Oh,
That exists?
hibiscus is from the horse's mouth. Best
Yeah.
Croix flavor.
Yeah.
Best
like-
Croix.
It's like
Top Croix.
pump, mango, and hibiscus is way up in the stratosphere.
Wow. Interesting.
And feel free to mix that coconut with a little vodka, and suddenly you're in Jimmy Buffettville.
Ooh la la.
Damn.
You're on a desert island all of a sudden.
I love that our show's LaCroix Spawn Con now.
Vampires of Pittsburgh Lockdown is sponsored by LaCroix, the 0 calorie, 0 sweetener. Oh, look, it just is a green screen.
When no blood or vitae is available, think LaCroix for your
LaCroix,
refreshment needs.
the only drink that vampires can consume when they are not experiencing getting pink and experiencing the blush of life. Guys, you may be wondering, what are we going to do today in the game? Because, we're short a player. It happens sometimes. I think in your own home games, viewers, you'll see that will happen to you occasionally. And you need a session anyway. And I thought, wow, what a wonderful opportunity, actually, to get to know these characters that we've known for so long a little better. And so I will just set a scene. I'll set a scene that, because I think this is inevitably going to happen. Your characters, Curtis Krieger and Jen Brown, are heading across the city. You're heading across the city for this rendezvous, perhaps with this new character that we introduced at the end of last week's session, this new player in the city. And as you're driving and you're going past the various Pittsburgh shops that have been, shuttered, past the various businesses whose lights, which ones shined brightly, are now dark. Your thoughts go back to how you came to be here, how you came to be in this situation, who you were before. Yes, absolutely. It's time to make this gesture, because we are going to find out about Curtis Krieger and Jen Brown, hashtag before they were vampires. And so this will involve a little trading off from scene to scene. So, you don't, Ashley, I think we're going to deal with Curtis first. So you can go off and have a bowl of noodles or fix a table, do any kind of loud, active thing that you'd like. And in a little bit, it will be Jen Brown's turn for the spotlight. Okay?
I really wish I had a prepared bowl of noodles and an IKEA table that I could have when you come back to me.
Hey, you've got a couple minutes. Go ahead and feel free to bring the props. But in a little bit, we're just going to find out more about Jen Brown. But right now, I want to set a scene. Goodbye, Miss Burch. I'll see you in a moment. I want to set a scene. Khyberabad, Helmand Province, Afghanistan. The year is 2010. You and a small group of your fellow soldiers were on patrol. Your Humvee is driving across the desert outside the small village of Khyberabad in Helmand Province. Craig is there with you. Craig Lindell, that's your good old army buddy and your character's current touchstone. And as you guys travel across the desert, tell me a little bit about what that's like for Curtis and where he thinks, he's stationed on the Humvee. Where is Craig? What is a typical patrol like for Curtis Krieger?
Oh man, I think, incredibly stressful, and like underneath the surface is just a storm of stress and panic. But it's that thing of like, everything's freaking fine. And it's trying to like crack jokes and like be like yeah, I don't even care. And doing like Family Guy bits and like just with guys and like yeah, cracking wise and just trying to be like trying to mask with a jovial exterior the sheer terror that he feels.
Great. I think we should roll a little bit of dice. Now, you are human at this point, so don't bother with any hunger whatsoever. I want to see how funny Curtis is as he's driving along. Is he really actually kind of taking the pressure off and helping the morale of his fellow soldiers, or is he just doing a really bad Stewie impression? Let's go with a charisma plus performance roll. And I think in a situation like this, to improve morale when everybody's really tense that they could get hurt or shot at any time, the difficulty's high. 3 successes.
I mean, that's more successes than I can get because I have no performance in my charismas too.
Oh, well then let's see how many you get.
Let's see how badly I whiff it. Total failure.
Okay. So you're making jokes, and you finally hear your staff sergeant, that's Sergeant Diaz, like tell you like, "Yo, can it, Krieger?"
I was just saying, and when Lyndall gets back home to his girl, he's gonna be like, "Giggity, giggity, giggity."
No, enough of that shit, man. Come on, everybody, stay focused. All right, this isn't playtime.
And
I think there are hostiles in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you think you're stationed on the Humvee? Where's Craig? Like, do you have any ideas on that? Or do you know what maybe Curtis was, what his go-to job was in one of these patrols? Do you have any thoughts on that?
God, no. And that extends more from Ross Bryant's ignorance of like what the responsibilities that would be delegated to the servicemen and women on one of these patrols would be.
No problem. Well, then I'm going to rule that probably our friend Craig drives, and we have another soldier. Private McKenna is up on the big gun. Okay. Sergeant Diaz is in the passenger seat, and you're sort of hanging off the side. You're kind of there as Overwatch or to cover the others. Everybody is really on edge because you failed your role, and the sergeant just snapped at all of you. So everybody is extremely tense. Is there anything else you want to do, like as you start to enter kind of the ruins, really, of a town? Like Kyrabad is a bustling community, but as you kind of get to its outskirts, you come to houses that aren't as inhabited anymore. Where there has been some fighting, and so some of them are a little bit burnt out. Are you taking any precautions? Are you saying anything else?
I mean, I've just been reprimanded by commanding officers, so it's like, okay, I'll shut up. And just like, eyes open and hold on and like really just scan the horizon and keep watch.
Okay, really good. If you are scanning the horizon and keeping an eye out on everything, then I think I'm going to allow you to have a wits plus awareness roll. A wits plus awareness roll.
All right. It's 4. Okay. Oh, it's so, and it's not making me hungrier at all.
Nothing's going to make you hungry. Remember how wonderful it was to be a human, where you could just live your life and roll dice.
But the trade-off is I can't summon my blood to help me make this one success any better.
And so you don't. And so you can't make it any better. And at this point, I think Craig starts joking, like, he's kind of like, you're not funny, Krieger. So like, just shut your mouth, man.
Uh-huh.
Like, you've never been funny. You think you're funny. You're not funny, dude. You're just not a funny guy. Like, just face it, man.
I mean, you need to relax and stop busting my balls and keep your eyes on the road, okay?
It doesn't even sound like Quagmire, dude. Quagmire is more
And-
like it's more like up in your voice, and the sergeant's like, "I said, shut the fuck!" Boom! A bullet goes through his head. It happens in an instant. Suddenly, his skull explodes. Blood spatters all over Craig. Yeah, in the front seat. Everybody's screaming. Your big gunner is kind of like. He's firing already. He's already firing. What is he firing at? He's just kind of swinging the gun wildly. His training forgotten in that moment. Private McKenna is just firing wildly. And you can see that Craig has like already kind of like stopped the Humvee and is kind of like getting ready to get out of it. What do you do, Curtis Krieger?
I shouted him to like, no, go, go, go.
Okay. So you're saying just drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you, let's see if he listens to you, because you're not the sergeant, and, Craig, you know, there's a lot going on. So you need to give me a leadership role. Now, I know that when we started this game, you had no leadership dots. So if you have any on your sheet now, don't use them. You need to give me a, I think it's going to be a composure plus leadership roll. Remember, you can still spend willpower if you if you fail a roll. Yes, I know, everybody in the chat. Why don't you spend willpower? How could you ever be okay with a roll not being successful? On any failed roll, you must spend willpower. Guys, sometimes people let their rolls be failures, and it's okay. Go ahead.
Well, not this time, baby, because it's 2 successes.
Oh, very good. Okay, great. So he like keeps like driving,
and I'm now looking on the direction that I believe the fire came from, following with McKenna on the gun, right, to see if I can spot where the fire came from.
Okay. Yeah. And McKenna is, by the way, still just kind of like firing wildly, which, you know, I don't know if you think that that's going to be an issue for you, but if you give me a wits plus awareness roll with a difficulty of 2, then you can perhaps see where these guys fired from.
All right. Yeah, why not? What's a success?
I need 2.
I got 3.
Okay, great. You see the glint of like a sniper scope up on like a second floor window of like a burnout husk of a building. But you know, Craig is like still like driving.
I try to get on comms or to McKenna, just be like, hey, there, and 2 o'clock, right there, top of the building.
Okay, so McKenna is he's stopped like just firing wildly, and he is now like up there, and
I also am firing.
Great, give me a firing roll.
That's dexterity plus firearms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll my current. I forget if that's. I think it might have been bumped up at some point, but. Holy frijoles. It's I will even after that rants again. It's so humiliating to just get 1 success after that massive dice pool that I'm gonna use one and try again. Okay, 5 successes.
Oh wow. Okay. That's amazing. So I'm going to tell you 2 things that happen in this round, and we'll try to go a little bit round by round, although this is going to be a little bit more narrative today. So you see that sniper scope, you aim and you fire. McKenna aims and opens fire. And as you open fire, you do hit your target up there. You can see that you've hit somebody, but you can also now see something like hurling toward the Humvee through the air, and it seems to like have smoke coming off of the back of it, and it almost is happening in slow motion. You're seeing a guy kind of like fall in the window above, and then you're seeing this sort of projectile kind of moving. You know, your heartbeat, you can suddenly feel it in your throat, and you can see this projectile moving toward the Humvee. What do you do? Yeah, income. Give me a dexterity plus athletics roll, and all of your friends are going to make one too. Okay. 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 How'd you do?
3 successes.
How many?
3.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so you get clear of the Humvee. Craig gets clear of the Humvee. McKenna, who's up in the gun, doesn't get clear of the Humvee, and suddenly this rocket goes into the side of it, and it explodes. I think that pieces of Humvee are flying toward you. There's suddenly fire and smoke everywhere. It's kind of like blinding you a little bit, and you.
I look for whoever else might be in the wreckage. Can I pull anyone to cover?
Yeah, sure. Let's see if you can find somebody. Yes. Okay. If you're staying here in the wreckage, you see that McKenna, it doesn't appear to be dead. He's like really badly burnt, and he's like, but he's like laying in some wreckage nearby, like.
I crawl to him and try to get my arms underneath his shoulder and pull him back if there's any debris we can take cover behind.
That's when you hear, Krieger, I need help over here. And like somewhere through the smoke and the fire, you can hear Craig's voice, calling for help. Like, I'm pinned down over here.
Okay. Can I quickly assess this McKenna's situation? How in the open is he? If I leave him
in the open, and he is like bleeding out. Like, I mean, he's really badly burnt and he's like bleeding out. And if you don't like kind of get him some kind of medical help right now, he's going to die. But Craig is yelling at you through comms now that they are firing on him and that he needs you to cover him.
Once again, my ignorance of like who would be on this comes into play. Would there be a staff medic with us on this kind of patrol, or someone?
There would be someone who knows how to use these things, but that person is now gone. The Humvee has been destroyed. Okay. You can see that behind you there was another Humvee that looks like it's gone up in flames. So you don't have your medic with you at this moment. There may be that the case, what that looks like. You could look through the wreckage for the case of the medical stuff. But right now, Craig is shouting that he needs help, and this guy is also kind of dying in front of you.
Okay, I still try to pull him away and pull him towards any type of cover I can see. Okay,
you're going to give me a strength plus athletics roll, and at the same time, I want a wits plus awareness roll.
Okay. All right. The strength athletics was 2.
Okay.
Wits awareness is 3.
Okay, so your strength plus athletics, you're having trouble. You're like, this guy is not. You're trying not to hurt him even further. Caught. You're dragging him. He's getting caught. Yes,
but breaking. Fuck.
Perhaps it's fortuitous because you're stuck here for a moment longer. You do see like the med kit kind of laying on top of a bunch of strewn about junk from the Humvee. And they keep those in like metal cases, so it looks like it's intact.
Okay, I go forward to grab it.
As you start to reach for it, sniper shots go boom, boom, and blow the dust up in front of you as your hand reached for it. Do you still want to go for it?
I want to return fire.
Okay, great. So you turn and you can fire in the general direction you think the sniper shots are coming from. Go ahead and give me a firearms roll for that. And I want to just let you know that Craig is like shouting in your ear, I'm pinned down. I can't get back without your help. Can someone give me some cover fire?
3 successes.
Okay. You are firing up toward where you think the sniper is at. Let's see how he does. He has lots of cover. Nice. Okay. All right. When you kind of stick your head out again, more sniper shots don't come. And so do you want to try to grab the case? Okay. So you grab the case, you pop it open, and you're looking at all of the different medical equipment here. And my question to you is, does Curtis know how to use any of it?
I have no medicine.
You have no medicine. Okay, so you are fairly certain you know how to use like the morphine to like take away his pain. You probably know how to maybe basically wrap up his wounds. Are you going to try to do these things and try an untrained like kind of first aid role right now?
I get on comms first, and I'm like, and I'm like, Craig, can you, or Lyndall, can you come back? Can you?
Yeah, and he says, I think it's clear now. I'm going to try to rendezvous with you guys. I'm headed back.
Come. And I hop up and I provide him some more cover fire towards the building.
Oh, okay. Great. So you are spending your time on cover fire while this guy below you have the med kit all open, but you realize you don't know what to do with it. Go ahead and give me that firearms roll again.
All right. 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Yeah, you're not sure who you're shooting at. You're just kind of shooting out into the smoke. And because you're doing that, you hear Craig like moving across. He's like, I'm close now. I'm almost there. And finally, and he's like opening fire too. And then finally, you see him like, at kind of a piece of a building, like 10 yards from you, like kind of like wave at you, like he got back over to where you guys are at under cover.
Okay, I'm like McKenna's been hit. I'm gonna try to manage this.
Okay, great. So you turn to the guy that needed medical attention, and you realize, like in the way that time sometimes goes in a combat situation, you didn't realize that it felt like seconds, but you were probably giving cover fire for maybe 8 minutes, like just now. Like you were like like until Craig could get all the way back over here, and when you look down, he's just not moving.
Okay, I feel for a pulse.
Yeah, you don't get a pulse. CPR. Would you like to try it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can make a CPR roll by giving me, I think, let's call it a dexterity roll, since I know that you don't have medicine.
Right. 1 success.
Okay. You get 1 success, and that 1 success is enough to tell you that this is meaningless. He's dead.
He's completely dead. Okay, I'm like.
Craig arrives near you, and you can see that he's like holding his hip.
Can you get on comms? Can we send an air? Can we?
Yeah, he's gonna try to get on the comms. Let's see how he can do getting like what's left of the Humvee to like call somebody up. Yeah, he just got 0 successes on that roll. And so
I tried to do it, or I don't know who's got what communication between everybody.
Well, you'd have to use like a radio that's in the car, and it's gone. Okay. It's just like all gone. Great. And so the only thing really left to do, like Craig looks at you and goes, "We can't help anybody here. We got to run."
Okay. All right. We just got to get to cover. Get to a good spot. I grab the medikit, or maybe just the bandages and just the morphine and pocket, and see if we can and I'll provide some cover fire as we extract ourselves from the open.
Okay. I'm going to set one more scene in this flashback, which is that you realize that the man that, Private McKenna, probably died because you decided to give Craig cover fire. And as you guys are sitting there in the cold of an Afghan night, Afghanistan is a hugely mountainous country. And as night falls, it is freezing. You have no transport out. You don't know when rescue is coming. It's you and Craig and a med kit full of morphine.
Okay. Yeah, It's just like no sleep, or we're sleeping in shifts.
Yeah,
just to
he's
make
like
sure.
he's like got like his arms like this. He's like when he breathes, like cold air is coming out of his mouth.
And if this is the last scene, it's like, hey, just see if you can rest. I'll take. I got it.
He says, "I'm hit, Kurt."
How about? And have I maybe bandaged him by this point?
No, you haven't bandaged him. He hasn't told you like that the hit that he took was bad. And so looking down at his hip, you can see that he now kind of lifts his jacket and everything. And there's just a mess of meat still exposed down there.
Okay. So I'm like, okay,
He limped all the way out into the desert with you.
Okay. I take with like the ampule of morphine, and I'm like, okay, all right, this'll help for the night. Okay.
Yeah. And you stick the ampule of morphine into him, and that's the first time you watched your friend Craig get a hit. Meanwhile, or in another time and place.
Oh no.
This is Oakland, California. The year is 2012. And you are in a meeting, Jen Brown, at a startup you work for called Chum. And the creator of this app, Chum, which is like this social app that is supposed to connect people based on their interests. So if they're interested in gardening or exercise or music, it sort of connects people based on hobbies and interests like that. And you are sitting, in a boardroom, but it's like a very modern, very open office plan, kind of white-walled, lots of glass boardroom in Oakland, California. And the CEO of Chum, Anderson Kaya, is he's there, and he's wearing like a tank top. He just came in from biking. And he's like, Caitlin, can I get an espresso? Thanks so much. So I want to know a little bit about what do you think Jen was doing at this place at this time, what her role was here, and how she felt about it.
I think she's super bored.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably a lead of like a lead engineer or something. She probably worked a lot on the back end, all the stuff that makes the app run seamlessly globally or whatever. And I think she thinks she's smarter than this place, and I think she thinks she's wasting herself here.
Okay, well, it makes sense. And there is a woman sitting across from her who Jen can't help but notice also looks really bored. And I think they've only had maybe a couple conversations so far, but her name is Sabrina. And she's kind of sitting there, and she kind of gives you a look at how Kaya is kind of being very, very demanding about his espresso. Like he's talking about temperature with his assistant. And then he finally turns to you guys and he's like, okay, so we need new categories for Chum because it feels like the other apps are sort of stealing our thunder in terms of some of the, Venn diagrams we've created of interests where they coincide, and we're not getting a lot of engagement. It's like there's already an app for gardening. There's already an app for, if you are a music fan, live music events, how can we differentiate our product and gain interest of people we haven't pulled in yet? Does anybody have ideas? And I'm opening this to everybody, even the engineers. Does anybody have any thoughts?
Can I look at Sabrina and kind of do like a subtle, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like I'm scratching my chin, but kind of like I'm blowing my own brains out.
Okay, Sabrina failed her composure roll and just snorts openly. And that's when Anderson Kaya goes, okay, Sabrina, it sounds like you have an idea. Shoot. We're blue skying this. There's no wrong answer. And she goes, well, I mean, one thing we haven't hit on yet is sort of activism. And there are a lot of, protest movements. Occupy Wall Street. There's a lot of groups that could use this kind of app to help organize. And he's like, okay, all right, we've talked about this before, and that's not really a great.
Can I interrupt him because I'm sort of interested in what she's saying and go, but the system isn't really set up for that, is it? Because how traceable things are, we're not really that encrypted.
Right. But one of my thoughts is, okay, can I just, and he's like, yes, fine, go ahead. She goes, well, okay. You know how when you're on Facebook and then you join like a club and it's like, let's say it's kind of a private club, like dad suffering from depression. And you want to talk to the other dad suffering from depression, right? Well, Facebook posts it to all of your friends. Did you know that? Like anything you post in a club or a group, Facebook just tells everybody about it. So you can't really have a private group. And part of what I think is that, these hobbies or whatever you want to call them that we're working on here, they mean more when they are, you'll have more engagement if people feel like they have some privacy. So maybe we do encrypt it. And he's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think that, okay, this is a casual lifestyle app, all right? We're not trying to be part of the revolution. We're trying to be part of the happiness revolution, okay? We are trying to let people meet other people that can fulfill them, right? Not causes that can fulfill them.
While he's talking, can I, do we have a Slack or something? I know this maybe predates Slack, but
it predates Slack, but you have ancient Slack. You have an inter-office BBS or whatever.
I'm assuming this is a smallish company and she has kind of a unique name. I'm gonna kind of surreptitiously look at my phone and see if I can look up her
who
contact.
She is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course you find her. Because it's a smallish company and it's it's a couple of years ago. The website has all of you on it at some point, right? There's like a who we are, and you're all on there. Once you get hired, it's all out there in the open because this guy's trying to run a shop where people are, really rock stars, right? He uses he throws the term rock star around very liberally.
I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna send her an email. That's like, or if there's like an instant messaging type of thing, I'm gonna send her a message that's basically like, this guy's a dud, want to talk after.
Yeah, and I want to say her resume is actually really interesting when you're kind of looking at just the little bio that she has on the website, because it seems like she is also a coder, but she also had her own kind of little business before this. And he kind of pulled her away from it. So she's owned her own shop at some point. Okay. You set a meeting for her with her after, and she's like, "Where are you meeting? What are you talking about? Where are you going to be?"
Maybe we should go on a walk outside of the company walls or something. Walk to go get coffee and then bring it back or something kind of thing.
Great idea. Now, of course, the full espresso bar at Chum means that you don't have to leave at any time, gentlemen. You can just stay. You can stay and stay and stay and not go home. You don't have to go home. Isn't that great?
No one has to go home.
Yeah, and if you need a nap, why, there's a small vibrating chair right in that little annex there.
Shaped like a weird neon bean.
Right, and it'll wake you up after you've had the most efficient power nap. So you don't even have to really sleep if you don't want. And so actually, your and Sabrina's meeting occurs at like 10 o'clock at night when you're leaving. Even though you tried to get like a moment to get coffee before then, it's not until like 10 p.m. And by the way, this is like a weeknight. 10 p.m. when you finally kind of feel like enough people have gone home. Basically, when Anderson walks out, then everybody else can walk out. So he's walked out 10 minutes before, and you guys are kind of walking through the streets of Oakland together. What do you want to say to her? So she's kind of nervous. It seems like she's not quite sure why you sent her a message, but she doesn't seem annoyed. She's kind of curious.
How long have you been working here? I've never seen you before.
I've been here a month, and I don't think I'm gonna last 2.
Yeah, this place is it's shit. I'll be honest with you, it's shit. I've been here about 3.
It's just, if I try to run a business the way that I think is like that satisfies me, the business fails.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't live with my parents anymore. I can't depend on people for loans. I have, between you and me, I've got debt, like a lot of it. I needed this job. And I am so depressed that it is so soul-sucking already.
You're pretty honest.
Well, with you.
You know, I had a similar idea to what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
I have a prototype. Well, all this rise of social media shit. I mean, the tracking that they're doing, no one can see it, but your fingerprints are fucking everywhere. Anytime you search for something, it's nuts. I feel like people are going to want what you are talking about. A way to communicate with each other where the company that they're using can't see every single conversation that you're having. So I've been working on something.
You figured it out?
I mean...
You didn't use the computers in there, did you?
Fuck no. Do I look like an idiot?
Well, because did you see this? And then she kind of brings up like a memo you guys all got today. And maybe Jen's like so into coding that she doesn't always catch up on all that stuff, because
she probably doesn't.
One thing after another comes in all day. Like, it seems like there are people whose job there is just to send you guys like little emails, and a lot of them are about nothing. A lot of them are about, for example, Chum's state-of-the-art espresso bar. But this particular one is a change to everyone's contract. And what it says is, if you read the fine print, and Sabrina shows this to you because she has the business acumen to show it to you, it says that technology that you work on while you are employed by Chum belongs to Chum.
The fuck?
Yeah.
These fucking parasites.
If you don't think about it and you just click that, then you've, oh shit, did I do it? Okay, take back. Wait. Ugh. Okay, I think I fixed it. But if you click the box there, then you've just agreed. Like, how often are you just like reading your emails and just going on click, 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 click there?
Well, luckily for me, and Jen is one of those people that has like 30,000 unread emails. Like, I don't even know where that is in here.
She sees your unread emails and she's like, I think I'm going to be sick. This is stressing me out so much.
Who cares? You just don't. I mean, I look at the important ones.
I can't imagine. I mean, it's just having the red icon with the number beside it.
It's like it's wearing a little hat.
You should just start a new email. This one's forever destroyed. I don't know how you can handle this.
I don't know. It just got past like 1,000 and I kind of stopped caring.
Well, not caring, that could be a good thing, I guess.
Look, I'm not going to stay at this place for long. Sounds like you're not going to stay at this place for long. I don't know if you wanted to see the thing I'm working on. I clearly can't. I'm not organizational is what I'm saying. So I'm working on this thing. I don't know what to do with it after. And I saw on your Chum profile that you've had a business before.
What the hell? I mean, what is it? Midnight? I have time. Let's take a look.
Oh, now? Oh, yeah,
when
sure.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. We can do it. My apartment is as bad as my email. I'm just kidding you.
She's horrified, but It sounds like you want to open your own shop, Jen Brown, as we know the character eventually does. And so I'd like to cut ahead a little bit to a scene that happens maybe weeks later, and you are in the office of Anderson Kaya, and unless you want to change anything about what I'm setting here, you are giving him your resignation.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Sabrina plan to both do it today. Sabrina is outside Anderson's office at her desk, just kind of working. And you see her kind of like look up at you for a moment, and she kind of puts her head down. Would you like to make an insight roll?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Give me I think a wits plus insight. Is that it?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Oh man, not having hunger is great. Just a clean 5 dice. And I got a total failure?
Use willpower, Jen Brown. Use willpower. Use your willpower.
How dare you come in here just to cackle at me?
You're like, you look over at her and you're like, she's fine. She'll come in right after. She'll come in right after I'm done. Actually, I want to stick with that total failure. Don't use your
let's do
willpower.
it. I don't know her that well.
Anderson Kaya is just talking to you. You've already told him you're resigning, and he's like, I don't understand. I thought that when we initially talked, we agreed that, Chum was a vision that we had together, that we would build over time. Can I ask why you're leaving?
You have that talk with all of your employees, to be fair. And I just, I just sort of want to look at my other options elsewhere. It's nothing personal. Thank you for the opportunity.
There are no other options, all right? I mean, the startup market's already glutted. Like, frankly, there were a couple other people in line for your job when I chose you.
Well, maybe you can call them and offer it to them. Since the market's
hopefully they will be people who have the stick-to-itiveness and the tenacity that they need to succeed in this very competitive field.
God help anyone that tries to break up with you, Anderson. And I'm gonna turn and walk out.
And he's like, joke's on her. I don't date. And so you walk out and you notice that Sabrina is just sitting at her desk and averting her eyes.
Hey, I did it.
Hey,
I'm out of here. Sorry, are you gonna go talk to him?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Well, it's how I said that maybe I thought I could get us some space in Pittsburgh, because my aunt does real estate there. I could get us something cheap.
Right.
Well, she's not being really cooperative. I didn't realize you were just going to go in there. I thought we were going to talk about it first.
We talked about doing it today.
Oh, we talked about it, I know, but I didn't realize you were just going to like immediately walk in at 9 a.m.
I'm going to pull up a chair and sit down next to her. Look, you are smarter than this place. We don't need an office space. Do you know how many companies were started from someone's basement? You're just scared because you need money. I know you need money. But look, I'm going to take care of you. I told you that. We have a safety net, okay? I made enough money to float me for a while. And if you need it, I'll help you. We can do this together. You don't want to stay here. You're wasted here.
I'd like a roll. Would you please roll composure plus persuade?
Mm-hmm. Composure. Ugh, okay. Come on. There's no hunger. Let's do it. No 2 successes.
She stands up. She walks over to Anderson's fully glass office. She looks in the door and she goes, "Hey, I quit too." And then she just walks past you to the elevator.
I take like a bag of gummies on her desk and eat them as I run after her to the elevator.
And we'll see what happened to them next in a little bit. But now I want to set a new scene. And this scene happens in the year 2014. You and Craig are meeting with your dealer, Brad Lockwood. Another thing that you should know, Curtis, is that you have no money. And by no money, I can be specific for you. You have $7.43. Craig might have a little less. You've been spending a lot of money lately on medical costs for counseling and the drugs that you need, because the VA won't subsidize some of the things that you think that you need, and perhaps some of the things that Craig thinks he needs are more addiction based than, say, things that would actually make him feel better. And so you guys are down on your luck. But Brad, he's more your friend than he is a drug dealer. And so you come and you see him at the bar where he usually hangs out. And there's, glowing Budweiser signs and bikini calendars behind him in the corner booth where he's kind of holding court. And he's like, yeah, there he is. And he's like, what's up, Kurt, Craig? Sit down, guys. Do you want a beer?
Oh, man, you buying?
PBR? Yeah, sure. Can I get 2 more PBRs over here? Thank
Nice.
you. What's up, guys? What can I do for?
Brad, we were just looking to maybe, I don't know, maybe have a little conversation,
I know what you want to have a conversation about, brother. Yeah. That's why I'm here. This is my shop. Yeah. So, it's the usual. It's 50. So.
I mean, it's kind of what we want to talk to you about. I mean,
we don't have it. So, okay, well, I'm your pal, but I am, also this is a business, so I can't just give
we've been good for it in the past. We're going to be good for it again. Look, we're just having it's just a rough patch right now. Okay,
I can't do good for it anymore, boys. I had too many guys fuck me over at this point.
Look, man, do you need like a favor? Do you need like some collateral or something? We can do something for you. Come on, man.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I have an idea. Actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity, man. I'm too generous, and that's going to be my failing as a businessman. But I do have something you could help me out with. I mean, you're 2 big boys, scary soldiers, right? So I got this guy. He owes me money, and he won't pay up. I mean, this is why I stopped giving freebies, right? So this guy owes me money. So maybe I take you all with me, and he listens a little more carefully, because sometimes, people don't know I'm a tiger. I know that I kind of look like a teddy bear, but you guys know I'm a tiger underneath, right?
Yeah.
So I got to bring my pride with me, my pride of tigers here, to kind of scare him a little bit. What do y'all think?
Hey, man, if we can do you a favor, and you can do us a favor, and that's how it goes. It's because it's not just a business; it's between friends, right?
It's between friends, exactly. Yeah. But now I want to let you know something. When I say scare the man, I want you to put the fear of life in him. Does that make sense? Like, you're soldiers, and I want him to see that killer instinct. You got it in you?
Yeah, man.
All right. Meet me here when the bar closes. Actually, enjoy your beers. Hang out. Whatever. Hey, Sandra, how you doing, girl? You're getting fat, girl. Brad is a piece of shit. Okay, so hours pass, and it's closing time, last call, and Brad gets up, and he's like, All right. So get in, follow me. He takes you to his Tahoe, and you guys get in, and he is driving you across town. So I'll knock on the guy's door. I'll ask him for the money, and if he doesn't give it, you go in and you tear the place up a little bit.
Tear the place up. Yeah, okay.
And if he's got any drugs in there, get the drugs, right? And if he's got any money in there, you get that out of there too, because that belongs to me, right?
There we go. Yeah, it's simple enough.
Yeah, I sure am glad you guys are helping me out with this.
Hey, we're glad to help you. We help you. You help us. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like so hard to find people that know, business etiquette in sort of the game that I'm in, and you guys understand, like, how to be polite. Like, take this motherfucker, for example, that we're about to go rough up a little bit. Like, this asshole just started selling to my clients. It's like, you owe me money, motherfucker. You're taking money out of my pocket, right?
It's not fair.
Craig suddenly says, we might have steadier hands if we had a taste before we went in.
Yeah, man. It's like, how do you want us to go in,
No, fuck you. Fuck both of you. No, I don't need you all hopped up, all right? I need the eye of the tiger, right? We are a pride of tigers, okay?
I think
you need that hunger. He pulls up to a pretty nice, like, apartment building in kind of one of the actually swankier parts of town, and you're looking at a condo, and there's separate condos, and he gets out and he's like, it's that one right there.
And you're coming with us, yeah?
I mean, I'm gonna stand back a little bit, but yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go. Let's come on, in and out. Let's go.
You guys come up onto this. Each condo has its own like little deck, so someone can have like a little outdoor coffee or something. And this is like a first floor little condo area. And you see that there's a little door you can kind of ring the doorbell on right there. And you are probably vaguely aware somewhere in the back of your mind that it's like almost 4:35 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. So it's like a apartment call box kind of thing.
It is no. It's like a. It's not a ring light, but it's you walk right in. Yeah, you can. In fact, you can see a little bit through the curtains that this is a nice place. There's some mid-century modern furniture right inside.
This guy can't pay you back. I mean, come on. And knock, 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 or doorbell.
No answer. And Brad, who's standing off of the deck, off of the porch out on the street, goes, Gordo, get your ass out here, motherfucker. I said, get your ass out here. And then he just throws a beer bottle that shatters against the front of the building. And you realize that Brad is a little crazy or a little drunk. Finally...
Like, if you keep making a bunch of fucking noise, somebody's going to call the cops. It's a crowded building, man.
Sorry. And then all of a sudden you hear the door unlocking and a man with kind of like stylish long hair in like a nice bathrobe, a kind of a youngish guy, maybe late 20s, early 30s, answers the door and he has a gun in his hand. What the fuck are you doing knocking on my door at 5 o'clock in the fucking morning?
I mean, you have to. I guess you gotta ask Brad, huh? What, you don't know?
You're selling to my clients, asshole. The guy looks out and goes, so the fuck what? He opens the door and he just has the gun drawn. And he's like, "Do you think I'm scared of you, shit stain? I work for Maine's. You want him to come knocking on your door?"
I glance at Craig. Is the gun in my face?
The gun is in both of your faces, and finally he just points it right at Craig and goes, "Is this worth it? Is this worth what he's paying you? Huh, junkie? Huh? Is this how you get your fix? You want me to give you a fix?" And he's pointing the gun right at you.
Hey, man, no one wants... Hey, think about this, all right? What, you got neighbors? You think you start blowing people away in your own fucking hallway, you're not going to get people called on you? Why don't everybody relax? How about everybody just calm the fuck down?
Yeah, calm the fuck down, Gordo. That is so good, I'm not even going to make you roll, Curtis. It's just common sense. And so he pulls the gun back, and he looks at both you and Craig, and he goes, "I know that you guys are dying to get that sweet, sweet nectar into your veins as soon as humanly possible. But I want you to understand what your friend is asking you. Your friend is angry because myself and my employer are taking a little bit more of his market. And so he wants you to come here and rough me up and rob me and take what I have in there to, I don't know, scare me or retaliate against me. Your friend does not believe in a free market. So I'm going to ask you guys, is this how you want to spend this lovely Sunday morning?"
I don't know anything about turf or territory, man. He says you owe him money. So why don't you just give him what you owe him, and we can walk away like this never fucking happened?
He says I owe him money because I've been selling to some of his clients.
And I glance back at Brad.
And Brad's like, "All right, fuck him up." Craig's like, looks at you.
And I look at Craig.
Craig is moving toward this guy.
And I grab his gun arm.
Everybody make a brawl roll. That's going to be a strength plus brawl roll.
And I think this would be before I got my grapple skill, so it's less.
Yeah, yes, it would be.
Okay, I'm gonna use some willpower there. Oh, 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, the first thing that happens is Craig punches him in the mouth, and Craig has, you can see now, a roll of quarters in his fist to give it extra weight. You've got the guy's gun arm, but I gotta tell you, he gets enough leverage that he is able to pull the trigger. A shot goes off. And I'm going to end the scene by saying, "Woo!" Like, very soon, everybody is in handcuffs. I mean, it's been hours and hours. We could go over how it all happened, but pretty soon, everybody has a record. Everybody is in, including this guy, Gordo, is getting. Yeah, exactly. And that is the decision that you made at that time. Let's talk to Jen Brown. Oh, is she here? Oh, there she is. I almost lost her. There you go.
Hello.
Hello, Jen Brown. It's going to be, let's see, Pittsburgh in the year 2016. You and Sabrina have started Grouper. Your current employees, number 2, you and Sabrina, and you're pulling all-nighters to meet a crucial deadline. And I'm just going to tell you something. You notice that Sabrina hasn't eaten anything in the entire 14 hours you've been working that day. So you're sitting there working, and you're just like coding like mad, because if you don't get some of this structure in by the time like some of your investors look at it, at a presentation that's coming up, kind of like a check-in with them, they might pull some of their money or refuse to give you more, which it's looking like you're going to need more. So let me know what Jen's thinking, what strategy she's using, or how she might be interacting with her friend.
So I'm coding like mad. She's coding like mad.
Yes.
How long has it been since I've eaten, pissed, any of that?
It's probably been, longer than it should have been. It's probably been hours and hours, yeah.
Okay. I gotta order some food or something. I'm fucking starving. What do you want?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine.
You haven't eaten all day, man. Neither of us have. I'm gonna order you something. What do you want?
Okay, French fries.
French fries?
Look, if we don't get this in, first of all, French fries are good. Second,
Yeah, they're good, but not as like a meal replacement.
Okay, I don't know. Jen, order whatever. Honey, order whatever you're ordering, okay? Okay? I'll have that too.
Hey, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make this, okay? Don't worry about it.
I'm worried. I'm worried. I'll be honest. I'm worried.
All right, okay, I'll order. And then I'm gonna order while I'm ordering, I'm kinda like, can I give a glance? And can I tell if something's different other than her just being stressed about a deadline?
Yeah, you see that she's like sweating and it's not really hot in here. And then I will say that the person, what do you order? What do you order to eat? What do you get?
I think I get us a couple of, she probably eats like shit, Jen does. Probably like a couple grilled cheese sandwiches and fries and some sodas.
Great. The guy, it's like a little pub down below you that can, bring it up to you really quick. And he's like, we'll have it up in 15 minutes. And the second you hang up on your cell phone, the buzzer to your office goes off. And you're like, oh, that's quick.
That's really quick. Okay, I go to the door.
There's a young guy with kind of stylish, longish hair. And he's got a bruise on his lip. But other than that, he's dressed, pretty well, business casual. And he's like, hi, Sabrina.
No. Jen, do you have the food I ordered? That was really fast.
The food? No, I'm a different delivery. Special delivery. And suddenly Brina's behind you and she's like, oh, hi. Gordo? And he's like, yeah. And she unlocks the door and lets him in.
I'm going to step in front of her and go, hey, Gordo, what are you delivering for us?
Just a little, work aid package. Follow me. And he,
I'm going to say, will you give us a second? And I'm going to close the door and I'm going to lock it and I'm going to stare at Brina.
What?
What the fuck
is got to make this deadline. This is just, I use it. I've used it for years. It's not a big deal.
You've used it for years?
Yeah, it's just a little something to kind of, keep us going. And I got to tell you, I'm fading fast.
Then why don't you take a nap and I'll finish up?
I'm not going to take a nap. This company is half mine, and I'm going to finish the work that we started here today, and I'm going to have just a little pick-me-up to kind of keep me moving.
Well, I'm not going to let that shit into my apartment.
Oh, you're not going to let it. You're not going to let it.
No, Brina, I'm not going to let it.
Oh, because you are like, what, the moral authority. You are such a Girl Scout. It's a little bit of speed. Everybody does this. Every coder uses it.
I don't.
Yeah, because you're a prude.
Fucking coders, am I not?
You're being stupid. And then she just walks into the room where Gordo is like laying out bottles of pills.
I'm gonna take out my phone and show them both that I've dialed 911. You're gonna take this shit out of this apartment, or I'm calling the cops.
This is Sabrina. Are you out of your fucking?
You're gonna take this shit out of this apartment, or I'm calling the cops, Gordo. What kind of fucking name is that?
He's like, okay, this is not worth it to me, and you are on my block list now. So, thanks for, I don't know, making everybody's day a little bit more stressful and fucked up, and that's on you.
Fuck you, man. Get out of here.
Starts walking out of the apartment, and she's like, God damn it, what are you doing? I'm done. I can't go any further with it. I need that shit.
No, you don't, man. You know I wouldn't have done this with you if I knew you were fucking doing speed.
You were such a little goody two-shoes.
I'm not a goody two-shoes. I just know what happens when people get hooked on that shit. Okay?
You've never done a bad thing in your life. You're just, you've never broken the rules. And, you know, this is not, we're adults, all right? Mommy and daddy aren't watching. We're allowed to make our own decisions. This is my decision. You're not my mother, Jen Brown.
Why don't you go look in the mirror, man?
Yeah, you know
like
what?
Shit.
No, you know what? I'll go look in the mirror at home. Good luck with your app, Jen Brown. And she starts to walk out. And then she walks out. Jen, you can finish this on your own if you can give me a intelligence plus technology test with let's call 4 success difficulty.
Okay. I got a critical success.
Are you kidding me right now? That's amazing. So you nail it. You finish it all on your own. You're really curious as to whether Sabrina is going to show up to the presentation on Monday. Do you want to find out beforehand, or do you want to just show up and see if she shows up?
I think I'm pissed at her. And I'm just gonna text her and say, it's done. I think Jen's a bit full of bravado, so I think she's gonna say, it's done. It's perfect. I did it clean. And if you want back in, then you need to be clean too. Send kind of thing. And then I'm gonna be there on Monday.
Great. She shows up on Monday. She looks horrible. She looks like she hasn't been sleeping, maybe, or that she's been crying. And she goes to the bathroom. By the way, you guys have like rented a little space to do this presentation in because you can't do it in your own apartment, Jen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's, you see her like walk past you and give you a look and then go into the ladies' room.
I'm gonna follow her in.
She's like trying to do her makeup and like get presentable.
You slept?
Yeah, I slept.
You ate?
Yeah.
Did you?
What do you want me to do? You want me to say that I'm sorry? Because I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for being an adult who can make my own decisions.
You can't go out there looking like this. Did you do something that you weren't supposed to do over the weekend?
Yeah, you need me for this meeting. You can't do this without.
Get the fuck out.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
You can't do this.
You come back.
You can't do this without me.
When you're clean.
No, fuck you. This is my company too, and I'm going in there.
I'm gonna step in front of her. Look at yourself in the fucking mirror, Sabrina. You look like shit. You're gonna tank this for both of us.
I think you should roll something because she seems pretty adamant about going into the boardroom looking like this. So, does this feel like a leadership to you?
Sure. Maybe leadership
I think so.
plus charisma.
I'll allow it. Yeah, that sounds right.
3 successes.
I'm sorry. This is why I lost my last company. Because I just fuck things up.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Do you think you can talk to them?
I'll be fine.
Here are my cards. She hands you like these like hastily scrawled presentation cards.
I'm going to put them down on the sink and I'm going to hug her.
And that's where we'll leave Jen Brown and Sabrina for the moment. Curtis Krieger. Curtis Krieger, it is now 2018. You have gotten clean. How did you do it?
I think
last we left you, you had just gotten
been arrested.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think probably after that kept using, but maybe via a court-ordered appearance at a rehab at just a rehab outreach group, began to consistently go to NA meetings and got clean, and also like just met up with a few other veterans and got like I got a job just working in the kitchen of a Pittsburgh restaurant where people were nice to me, and so I'm just kind of like grinding out a little comeback.
A little comeback, a little bit at a time.
These fucked up rumors about like this. I'm sorry to bring this up, but I read about this today. This article from 2017, and it made my brain melt. That there was a religious affiliated rehab group that was, as part of their rehab, was sending people in recovery to work at poultry plants for no pay, basically turning them into slaves. And Curtis is really pissed because that's happened to some people he knows.
Yeah. And can I ask, is Craig going to meetings? He's your touchstone. You tell me. Is he going to meetings? Is he kind of getting off of the opioids, or is he still having trouble?
He's in and out. It's the kind of thing where like he'll go and be like, thanks, man. I'm so glad I did that. I'll see you next week. And he won't show up next week. And to borrow money, he'll show up to like he's stolen from me.
So one thing that's been happening to you is you have been trouble like with your veterans insurance and things like that. Like they're not paying out on some claims. Look, I'm just talking.
The whole reason I'm fucking in this is because I needed to get fucking painkillers for my back because I got like hurled out of a fucking exploding truck.
Yes, and then one of the many meetings that you go to, I think you go to several now, is a kind of a VFW meeting where people kind of talk about their experiences over there in Afghanistan or in Iraq. And they're supposed to kind of help each other with some of the trauma by talking about it. And on this particular night in December of 2018, a guy gets up and he says, I know that some people question why we were over there. People always question why one people has to take up arms against another. Yeah, in my mind, we were over there to spread freedom. The people in that country have no freedom as long as the Taliban is in charge. And we were there to show them a better way. People get hurt. All of us have been wounded or see things that we'd rather not have seen.
Bullshit.
But to me,
fucking bullshit.
Excuse me? And the leader of the
sorry,
group like, Kurt, it's not your turn to speak, man.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not my turn. I'm just supposed to fucking sit here and listen to this fucking bullcrap. Spread freedom.
Look, man, everybody has a different perspective. We listen to each other here. That's what we do.
I mean, open up your fucking eyes, man. I'm going back and forth with the fucking VA trying to get like basic, just to get my fucking basic medical insurance. This is the free country that I put my ass on the fucking line for. It's a free country that you put your ass on the line for. What you think these fucking? You think that the Taliban, some people living in some of the most abject poverty I've ever fucking seen in my life. Poverty like I've never seen here. What? Because they pray to a fucking different god or use a different name that makes them any fucking worse or less free. Those people who sent like Travis out to fucking Oklahoma to work in a fucking Tyson plant for no fucking money? Maybe I'll respect this country when it fucking respects me, huh? And he flips over the chair and he walks out.
Wow. Everybody, you didn't even give, and nobody even had a chance to respond. Like the big guy that was talking looked like he was pissed, but you just fucking are gone. And you're out on the street again. What do you do now? Actually, I know what you do. You spend willpower. You roll willpower right now is what you do.
Mm-hmm. And I've spent 2 already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 2 successes?
No, you realize it's not a fix. It's not what you need. That's not what you need tonight. So what do you do instead? Where does Curtis go?
I'm smoking a Newport, and yeah, what do I do? This is the only vice that I've got right now. I just turn up for a second I want to go back in there and keep screaming, but I just walk and can I say that as he walks, he passes an ASPCA and he just, for a while, he just stands there kind of smoking and hand on the glass while a bunch of puppies are
yeah, absolutely. And what he can do while he's doing that and looking into the glass is make a wits plus awareness roll.
I should know by now. 2 successes.
2 successes. That is enough for him to notice a kind of a white face across the street, bordered in the black of the night and the foliage and just the black kind of city backdrop. There is a white face kind of looking at him from across the street.
And do I recognize it?
Are you looking into the glass right now? It's still a little blurry. The dogs are hopping up and yipping at you.
I turn around to look.
You don't recognize it, but for a moment you see a woman who pulls up her collar, and she is wearing kind of very utilitarian kind of wear, the kind of workout pants you'd wear with a heavy jacket for a cold Pittsburgh winter. And she kind of gives you a meaningful glance and walks off.
Is Curtis attracted to her?
Yes.
He jogs across the street and tries to catch up to her.
She stops and she turns.
It's late at night. You don't want to be some freaks on the street. You don't want to be out here all by yourself.
She smiles and she goes, yeah, there are a lot of predators out there. And she smiles, and you can see that one of her incisors is a bit longer than the others. Meanwhile, a year later or somewhere around there, Jen Brown, it is now 2019 early. Grouper is up and running. You're employing a staff of 20 people to run it now. You have an office space. It's popular and it's been used to organize all kinds of protests, among other things. But in particular, the police brutality protests have a lot of those protesters have used Grouper. And let's just hit it one last time. And I know that, you might not know every detail, but if you're kind of just imagining, how does the app work and why is it so popular, do you think?
Kind of like Signal. I think it's encrypted communication, but maybe unlike Signal, it has more functionality. It's not just text. It's I don't know, maybe file sharing, maybe it has a maps kind of linked into it. It's sort of anything that you need to organize people to meet together and share files and information and messages without being able to be traced.
Great. And so It is a popular app, and it is free to download, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
But there's still a lot of back end work that goes on improving it. And so that's why you have this staff here. Some people are coding, some people are dealing with your public face of your company. How do you think it's going for Jen sort of running things? Because I think that you thought at one point Sabrina was going to be doing a lot of that. But you find more and more that you are more comfortable in a leadership role than you thought. So how do you think it's going for you, though? I mean, how good a leader, how good of a business mogul is Jen Brown?
I think maybe she's a little bit too. I think she likes having the power, and I think she's maybe a little bit too black and white sometimes, and she can be a bit like, just do it. And so Sabrina has to step in and be like, okay. So I think they're sort of the sweet and salt.
Good cop, bad cop, a little bit.
Good cop, bad cop, yeah. And Sabrina does a lot of the like, or she either she preps Jen a lot for like outward facing publicity stuff, or she just does a lot of it, or she demands that she goes with her because otherwise Jen comes off looking too cold.
Right. Well, on this particular day, let's see how if you're coming off as too cold. Give me a charisma plus leadership role at your morning meeting to kind of give everybody their marching orders.
Okay. I kind of want her to fail this. Oh, she doesn't. 3 successes.
Oh, she's doing great today.
Yeah. She's juiced, maybe. Something good happened? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess maybe actually sitting on the table in front of everybody is a magazine. Maybe it's like Wired. And it's got like Grouper and even like Jen Brown and Sabrina both on the cover because not Wired. It's a smaller publication that only exists in the world of darkness called Connect. And it has you guys on the cover as, lady CEOs of this kind of up and coming, social facing company. So it is news. It's just news in the tech world, but it's even, your reputation is even bleeding out a little bit into people that don't follow those kinds of things. After people are leaving, people are joking and laughing. Morale seems high because you aced with 3 successes that role. Do you have an espresso bar here? What's your office like?
No, I don't think so. I feel like I think it's pretty, I think, bare bones in terms of just like, it's no froofy like startup stuff. There's snacks and there's a coffee machine.
Right.
People bring what they want. It feels more like you wouldn't know what it was just from looking at it. It looks like just like a normal office.
Right. Yeah, you're substance over style, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
So as people finally filter out to get to work, really, they're not really going to spend a lot of time at the snack room. Sabrina comes to you and she says, "Hey, Jen, I was looking over some of your new code, and I couldn't help but notice that you've coded quite a few back doors into the core kernel here. Like they're not obvious or anything, but they bypass all the encryption."
Right. Well, we need fail safes in case something goes wrong, or you know what I mean? Like it can't be completely cut off from us too.
But wasn't the point like that our users can't be tracked? I mean, these could be used to track our users. I mean, I know that you and I are going to use it for, things that are legit, but these are only for us, right? I mean,
yeah, of course.
Okay.
And also our security is incredible. No one else is going to be able to get access to this stuff. I swear. I wouldn't put those in there if I thought there was any chance that they could be used for nefarious purposes. I mean, that would tank us, frankly. So
yeah. Well, I mean, okay, I trust you, but I just want you to know, because I'm not even going to tell legal. Like, you can't tell anybody about them. Like, you just, our investors can't know that they're there. I mean, the whole face of the app is that people have. I mean, the point was privacy.
I know, but it's our app. I mean, you wouldn't build a fucking car and not know how to get into the engine, Like, we have to have these.
Okay. If you say it's a go, that's enough for me.
All right.
Cut to weeks later. weeks pass, and one day you're having a conversation about. I mean, I haven't seen that show, but everybody's saying that it's like good, so I'm gonna probably check it out. I don't know if I'm in the mood for like another thing where some kid gets murdered. You know, it's like so depressing. And then one of your assistants comes in and is like, Sabrina,
Yeah.
a man from the FBI is here.
What?
He says he's FBI. He had the badge and everything.
I'm gonna look at Sabrina. Let him in, I guess.
Handsome man comes in. He introduces himself as Daniel Chen, and he is in fact FBI. He shows you his badge.
Right.
Hi. This is a friendly visit. I don't want you to think. People hear FBI, they get nervous, right?
Sure. You want to?
You still seem nervous, but I'm going to go ahead and barrel through. I think you probably heard about the protests in St. Louis.
Sure.
Okay. Well, during those protests, a lot
Look,
of
I'm going to stop you, Daniel. If this is you coming here to ask us for information because people were using our app to organize protests, you can go ahead and just see yourself out.
Wow. You are smart. The article said that you were sharp. Yeah, that is why I'm here. And I want you to know it's not me, Daniel Chen, who's asking you. The United States government is asking.
Oh, I'm aware who you work for, Mr. Chen. So unless you're going to drag me out of here in handcuffs, I would ask that you would leave.
Okay. Can I just have one more minute of your time?
No.
You realize your app could be used by, I don't know, a right-wing militia to organize setting a bomb in a church.
You're not asking about that, though, are you? You're asking about people protesting the murder of an innocent man and setting buildings aflame because cops are killing their sons and husbands and neighbors.
Okay. No, okay. I mean,
you want to? I mean, we can talk about right-wing militias, but you guys never seem to show up for that, do you? Only when they're black.
Okay. All right. Well, I've taken your temperature, and I'll let my superiors know what you had to say.
Have a good day, Mr. Chen.
You too, Miss Brown. And he walks out.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
God damn it, Jen. What are we going to do?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know.
Are we even legally allowed to tell them no?
I don't know. I'm going to throw up. I'm
going to call legal. I'll call legal. I'll see what they say.
Okay.
She calls legal, and they tell you that it's completely virgin territory. They have no idea whether you're allowed, but it would help if someone else would set a precedent. And so I want to know, how does this change Jen Brown or affect her life? Like, does she do anything differently?
Well, does she? Are there any consequences?
The consequences, yes, there are consequences, actually. So you're not doing anything initially. At this early stage, you find out that there is no legal precedent at this point. So in theory, you can just kind of let it ride and see what happens. So is that okay? Okay, that's what Sabrina is saying to do. Let's see how it develops. Suddenly, every night on certain news channels, people are railing against this new app that allows terrorists to plot attacks. It helps them to easily plot attacks. And some of the civil unrest was definitely plotted by outside influences. This app grouper, Carl Tuckerson is on the news every night going like, these people hate your freedom, and they are allowing Silicon Valley is allowing them to take control of, information. Anyway, suddenly you're getting a ton of bad press, and I want to know, how do you react, or do you do anything, or do you just stay the course? What is your reaction?
I think Jen wants to fucking go on like the news or something and defend herself, and I think maybe Sabrina talks her into using like a PR company.
Okay, great. I think that Sabrina does talk you into using a PR company, and let's see how they do. And these people are good at their jobs. Now, don't laugh too much. Maybe they'll nail it. Let's see. I would say that this is a orchestrated and intent-driven campaign to besmirch your name. And in fact, it will start coming with like more real-world consequences, because your customers or your clients that use your app, they're not really swayed by this. It's the fact that people now start suing you like crazy over things that you had almost nothing to do with. But they're convincing people whose maybe business was damaged in a protest action to now sue your app. And this is all.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's getting tied up in the courts. Let's see how the PR does.
I think I would also maybe in that case contact, as part of a PR thing, contact like the ACLU.
Right.
Start saying, like, this is stifling free speech, and conservatives are supposed to care about that, and blah blah blah, that kind of thing.
Well, the ACLU is helping you, but as you know, they have many different fronts that they wage their battles on, and so I think that ultimately what ends up happening is that, like everything in a capitalist society, when bad things happen, it weighs on you financially. And so now I would like for Jen Brown to see how well she can handle her business with a, let's say, a resolve plus finance role.
Okay.
Difficulty 3 to weather this storm.
3.
Grouper is alive and well after the storm has kind of passed. The news cycle moves on a little bit. They're on to the next thing. And you feel like maybe you've gone through, when you have a project as big as a company like this, storms come and they sometimes challenge to shake it to the very foundations. And in this particular case, you feel like you have weathered it. And so I think it's around this time that you are contacted by a woman who, when you finally see her, seems to be dressed with a kind of a Lane Venice hairstyle and is in sort of 90s business chic, who introduces herself as Helena.
Is this the woman that I'm meeting in the car?
It is the woman that you met in the car.
Oh.
And that brings us all the way to the fateful night when Jen Brown went from being an excellent CEO to an on-the-run thin-blood vampire. Oh, I mean, like, no, it really is. And we're coming to the end of our session today. We're ending a little early today. I hope that's okay with everybody. But what I just want to, let's bring our friend Ross Bryant back in. I just want to say, it was so sad to me all of a sudden that she did so well, like with this human endeavor. She kept it all together. She kept her friend together. She did all of this incredible stuff. And then one night when our series started, she got turned into a vampire and her life got fucked.
Yeah. That's so sad.
And what about Curtis Krieger? Like, does any of these scenes, and you could say no, or that, maybe it is, maybe Ross, you thought it was predictable what happened to him tonight. I don't mean predictable in terms of story, but just like, you're like, yeah, these are kind of the beats I thought he would have gone through. Or do you think that you've been surprised by something tonight?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like that was all stuff that existed just kind of like in the offhand comments of Curtis's backstory, but like, yeah. So as like too close as it is to play through the reality and the stress of a horror of a mission gone wrong, and the humiliations that he's had to endure as a result of feeling unstuck from society and addiction is just adds makes a rich broth.
Yeah, very good. Well, that rich broth isn't just broth. There are also chunks of game in it. And by that, I mean to say, I think that for being here, for being such incredible players who are willing to kind of go and have these sort of emotional scenes, I want to thank you with a dot of something you think your character earned tonight. Yes, it's a free dot, everybody. I'm being an insane storyteller. System be damned. I'm giving each of my players a dot in something, but they must tell me how it is connected to what they did tonight. And so can I start with you, Curtis Krieger? Do you have any thoughts on that?
And would that be a dot in a particular attribute or just a skill or?
That's a very good question. I don't think I can give you an attribute dot unless you make a very good case for it, but I think a skill dot is super appropriate.
Oh man!
People on the chat are going 1 dot in blood magic. I really think Curtis would have learned the deflect the wooden doom ritual from all of this.
Yeah. Absolutely. God Almighty. Yeah, I'm looking here.
That's okay. Let's talk it through.
I'll look at it. If Ashley knows hers maybe more off the top of her head, then maybe she should go.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think, Jen Brown? Is there something that hops out to you?
I feel like honestly, she used leadership the most.
I think she did, and we've already rewarded her some dots of that at different moments. But I think right now, as she is driving to this rendezvous with this new player on the Pittsburgh scene, and as frankly, we're about to start a new little storyline in our lockdown chronicle. She remembers all the ways that she has been a leader and realizes that perhaps it is called upon her again to be a leader. And I think those memories do gift her, I think, with a dot in leadership again. I think that she has that. And so maybe she can lead this conversation that's coming up with whoever this mysterious stranger who has very similar philosophies to our friend Lucius Ali. God forbid, that's terrifying. And so here I go. I'm turning back to Curtis Krieger and asking him, what do you think he learned? And it could be, I
have an idea maybe. Now, first off, I'm like, of those scenarios, it was like the horror of like trying to keep your head in a battle, of trying to like talk someone down when the gun's waving in your face, and speaking his truth of his moral code, and those I would associate maybe with resolve. So maybe in the resolve column.
Well, let's see. Curtis normally has a resolve of
2,
and you would like to have him go up to 3.
I don't know if I go up to 3 in resolve, but maybe if I pick a skill like awareness, the awareness of like scoping at a sniper shows that. Reading the room of a tense situation shows that.
I would say he actually, to me, showed a lot of composure, right? Like he kept his cool during the firefight. He kept his cool during the robbing the other drug dealer. And well, he didn't keep his cool at the end there, but that was fiery. I think I'm going to go ahead and allow him to have a dot of composure, which is pretty low anyway right now. So it won't break the game. In fact, by the way, none of these things ever break the game to give him a dot of composure.
Great. Sweet.
Guys, thank you for going down this trip into memory lane with me.
Thank you.
Oh,
that
that's
was
so fun.
and tragic.
Yeah.
Tragic. Hopefully it gives you more grist for your mill as you portray the characters. Feel free to bring these things back up, and especially think about what it means about your relationship to your touchstones. I am going to say thank you again and goodbye to my incredible players, Ross Bryant and Ashley Burch. I'm releasing you early tonight out into the darkness to go feed. Goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again.
Blessed. Great job, Jared.
Guys, we're ending a little early tonight, but we're giving you so much story on the Stream of Blood with all kinds of extra shows coming up, which I'll get into now. And I have a little more time to talk with our Vampires of Pittsburgh viewers. So what I will do right now is I'll give our usual end of show business. And then if multiple people have questions, comments, and or gripes, they can send them right through to Clinton Trucks. We'll just put them in the chat, and Clinton Trucks will put them up for me to answer. I just want to let you guys know that this Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, Secret Game Master Clinton and I will be chatting on this Stereo app, a live broadcast social platform where you can actually not only listen to us talk, but you can also send us voice messages with your questions or comments. So to listen and interact, please click the link and follow me at Jared Logan, Stream of Blood. Starting this coming weekend, we will be getting our newest weekly series, Blades in the Dark. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we will host a rotating set of criminal crews. We have new crews booked. I kind of want to keep them a little secret till right before you see them, but I think you'll really, really enjoy some of the new cast members we have for Blades in the Dark. And now that we will be doing it weekly, we will finally fulfill the promise we made early on that we'll have a lot more crossover with them. So hopefully we can start seeing a new living universe. Also, on Sunday, this coming 1 week from today, Vampires of Pittsburgh lockdown will move to a new time. Very important to know this. Notice this, everybody. A new time for Vampires of Pittsburgh lockdown. It will be at 10 a.m. Pacific time. 10 a.m. Pacific time. And this is so our good friend Abu Salim can play and not be finishing the game at 4 a.m. Where he is going to be in, I believe, South Africa. So it's a new time. We're excited about it over here at the Logan household. I can spend the afternoon with good old Rosie and my wife, Kara, after I get my blood sucking out of the way a little earlier. We hope you will all come with us to the new time, and be sure to let people know in the chats, the Discords, if you see people going, "Where's the game?" Let them know what's happening. We're going to post it everywhere so people know. 10 a.m. Pacific, Vampires of Pittsburgh lockdown from here on out. Stream of Blood's a podcast, you guys. Find it on the podcatcher of your choice. Subscribe, download, rate, and review it. It helps everybody know we're here and that we have a stream, YouTube, and podcast all happening simultaneously. Everything feeds each other, and it really helps. So I'm going to open it up for questions and comments. I'm interested to see what people think about today's session because it's left of center. So how much of that was written by the players as a backstory and how much was from you? I think a lot of this is stuff that thank you, Narxel, for your comment. I think a lot of this is stuff that we kind of talked about over the course of the entire series, which I think is almost at like 40 episodes at this point. We had kind of mentioned it, and usually when we mention things, we mention them in passing, so they are improvised, right? Like, Russell just mentioned something about Curtis's backstory, and he's just kind of, improvising. He's coming up with it off the top of his head. But Clint and I try to remember those things and write some of them down, and then tried to bring them out today in this flashback story. I hope it was satisfying for people who have been watching the series for a little bit of time. I thought it was a kind of a risk, but I really ended up enjoying it. Any recommendations for breakout one-on-one scenes with players? I'm always a little hesitant to try that sort of thing because the risk of focusing too much on one of the players in the storyline. So I have a couple. I totally get it. Thank you, Pirehand, for your comment, and I totally get why your concern of spending too much time with one player, because as you and I both know, there's probably players who will eat that up and really kind of take that runway and just go with it and really emote. And then there are other players who, they're not as comfortable in kind of that one-on-one sort of, just improvising a scene format. They kind of more prefer to strategize and be part of the group. what I would say is, a couple things help. I think Vampire is a game that plays well with less players. I just think it is. I actually think 3 is the ideal size group for a vampire game. So if you're starting a vampire game or any game where you think that there's a lot of intrigue, a lot of social combat, a lot of NPCs. Vampire is a game where NPCs are sort of the game, right? Like it's not like Dungeons and Dragons where the dungeon is sort of the game, or I don't know, Stars Without Number, where sort of the planets you go to are sort of the game, right? It's like a game where whatever city you're in, interacting with these different NPCs is sort of the game. So if you're playing a game like that, you want a low number of players so that you can give them all spotlight time, because it is about their psychology. It is about their personality. It is about sort of the social decisions that they make. So that's one piece of advice, is to go with a smaller coterie if you can. And then in order to make people comfortable, I'm going to get into that in a second. I'll answer Andy's thing in a second. And then in order to make people more comfortable, I think that the key to that is probably just to, if you can tell they're uncomfortable with those kinds of scenes, just give them a little bit at a time. But yes, and them. If someone's a little uncomfortable being like a really emotive role player, don't ever tell them that their idea is no. In those scenes just now, I was asking Ross and Ashley, what do you think your job was at this time? How do you think you were handling this? And I let them kind of add to the fiction. So do that for your players who are a little more hesitant with emoting and role playing like that. And then with your players that are extremely emotive and like to role play and kind of eat scenery a little bit for a little while, maybe with those folks, just make sure that the scene has a really clear decision point, right? And then once they've made that decision one way or another, the scene is over, right? So they can do all they want to lead up to that decision, but then once they've made the decision, you're moving on. And it's important for scenes like that to have choices in them that matter, because otherwise they're just people talking for 10 minutes. Okay, that's my extremely long-winded answer to your question, Pyre Hand. What did Andy Diluvian have for me? Do I have Cults of the Blood Gods? Will we see the Hecata in Pittsburgh? We have already seen the Hecata in Pittsburgh. I do not have Cults of the Blood Gods. I have not read it yet. I find that the thing with source books is, as much fun as they are, you have so much in the core book. You could play with this for 7 years and not use everything that's in this. I'm not saying don't go buy the other books. I buy them and want them and love to look at them and pore over their pages. But, and in fact, with the companion that just came out, people were very vocal about, hey, get that stuff into the game as soon as possible. And so it shall be, and so it is done. I have done it for you, dear viewers. So everybody sound off on the Discord about what's really sweet about Cult of the Blood Gods, and I will probably be tempted to get my nose in that right away. Do you find that a high resources or herd merit sort of undermines the drama of the game? No, I don't. I know that we haven't done much with backgrounds in this game, and that might be a little bit of sometimes the players forget they have resources that they can draw on. Also, when they became anarchs, I think their backgrounds changed around a bunch so that, they didn't have quite as much social sway or whatever. But a high herd merit, no, because what you need to do is have seen a herd is a responsibility. A herd isn't just an easy way to eat. A herd are people that you have to take care of and protect. And even though as a storyteller, I would never take away someone's herd, I wouldn't like directly threaten it over and over, because that's really dull. And it's that person put that on their sheet so that they wouldn't have to, for some people, when they create their character, they don't want to have to go out and sneak around and like grab people in alleys and feed on them. That's not how they see their vampire. They see their vampire as this controller of men, or this beautiful blood god, and so they just want like people who are just willing to come up and just like let them feed. And that's a cool thing that's really in the lore too. So you have to respect that herd, but you should also make it like create its own complications and problems. These people are so devoted to your player that they will die for them, that they'll let you feed on their lifeblood. That's an unpredictable, very left of center group that I think is going to create all kinds of difficulties and challenges for you, just like having a big family does, or just like being, the head of a company does, right? So whoever they characterize their herd or high resources, again, like guys, like being rich is not easier. I mean, maybe it is in some ways, but it requires, you have to do a lot of things to keep those resources and to make good use of them. So no, I don't think that. I think everything can be at 5, and I'm not worried about the player being in my game. They can have 5 resources. Oh, you're a millionaire vampire. That's interesting. Let's see what kind of problems that creates, as well as, it lets you to skip over things that the player isn't interested in. Great. For example, if one of my characters had 5 resources, we probably wouldn't be worried about how they're going to drive somewhere, which has weirdly come up a lot in Vampires of Pittsburgh. Do we have a car? Can we get a car? Where is the car? And that's sort of, we make a joke about it, but I almost would be happy if one of the players had enough resources to go, oh, I just get another car real quick. So yeah, Shaka, that's my diatribe on that. We just recorded some Conan. And we are recording it, and it will be out soon. But what we're going to do is, I think we need to record a little more and give you kind of a full storyline. I'm not sure exactly what's happening with that, but some of it is in the can. We recorded some already. So that's extremely gratifying. It'll be out soon. And by the way, Conan will be like kind of when we have time, because I'm already committing myself to running 4 games. Well, we get to learn more about Lucius's past life. We shouldn't we? And we will. We just need to wait for an opportunity. If I wanted to try to prove something tonight, it was just that when your players don't show up, and this is going to happen to you, what you really have is an opportunity. You have an opportunity to do the kind of sessions that you kind of get done with a campaign and you're like, I always wish we would have found that out, or something like that. Well, that's an opportunity. So one day, maybe Ross or Ashley won't be able to make it, and we will run more Lucius backstory. Maybe I'll just go solo, one-on-one, mano-a-mano with Abu one night. He'll show up, and I'll be like, surprise, Ross and Ashley aren't here. It's just me and you. And I'm sure he would be game for that, because he's a sport. Great episode. Did you guys pick the new Neptune Society HQ yet? Thank you so much, Enoch, for reminding me. Starting yesterday, we have cut off entries, so please don't send another one. I have so many entries. I now must compile them. I now must present them to the Neptune Society. And then before our next Neptune Society storyline, we will have made the decision. I will post that in the Discord. I will announce it here when I can, and then you shall see. I'm not even sure if we can get all this done, but I'm going to make myself say it's happening so that I do it. And you shall see in our next storyline for the Neptune Society, which is entitled The Toy Maker of York, you shall see what the new Neptune Society headquarters is. That's exciting. Some of you are suggesting, really elaborate structures, and I love it, but I don't know if we can do quite. Some of these are like Cobra hideouts. Did you guys ever watch the old G.I. Joe cartoon where Cobra had the resources to build miles-long underground bases in the desert that lifted up mountains to shoot out multiple fighter jets, and yet still felt the need to occasionally attack a supermarket to spread their ideology. It's, again, that's a resources of 5. You don't need to do that, Cobra Commander. Okay, guys, it's been really nice talking to you. We're going to keep doing the fireside chats where we get more of a chance to chat, but it's 4 p.m. I'm going to go hang out with my baby daughter. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, #Get Pink. Oh, wait, the credits. The original music for the Neptune Society is by Warbird. Hear more at soundcloud.com/Warbird. Original artwork is by Will Pottorff, Pottorff.
My mistake.
What? No!
I messed up the notes. Our original music by Axel Kazas Taylor.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that. I'm just reading. I'm like the anchor man. I just read off the teleprompter, whatever you tell me to. We are on Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, Discord, that's the best one, and on Facebook. Please see us there. Thank you to Brian Baldinger and Clinton Trucks, my producers and partners. Thank you to Megan Arch, our social media manager. Thank you to Matt Moynihan, our YouTube content producer. And thank you, Garrett Ross, for your wonderful logo. And to our friend Andrew Orvidal for the opening sting, which you shall see right now. Hashtag get pink.